Hey guys, That Phone Guy here. And today, in this video, I just wanted to show you my Samsung device collection. It's pretty small, and most of these phones I found from like Target and the recycling center. But yeah, I just decided to make this video because I don't really know what else to post, and yeah, so let's get straight into it. Also, before I start, I just wanted to mention, I remember having like 5 S3s, and now I only have 3. I can't find the 2 others. And I also remember that I had another Note 2, which I actually gave to my dad for something, so he has it right now. And I had actually 3 other S3s. One of them I gave away because it's totally smashed. I had no use for it. The 2 others I have no idea what happened to either. And I think I also had, I had another S4 which had a cracked AMOLED. I threw that away because it's useless and it's not worth buying a new display for, but that worked fine too. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So the first phone, probably the worst one that I have here, I just wanted to keep it because it's pretty cool looking in my opinion. I found this at the recycling center. This is a generic Samsung slide phone. This runs on a Java-based OS, so I have no use at all for this on Verizon too. And next up is this Samsung rugged phone in like mint condition. I think I found this at the recycling center. Yeah, I just took this because it's cool. It runs on Android too, and it's just, you know, some old generic rugged phone. It works fine, but it ran out of battery. So yeah. And next up we have a 2 of these actually. These are both the same. Samsung SCH 1200, I think that is. I don't remember though. I tried to write it down here, but it's hard to read. And these, both of these work fine. The only problem is that this one's missing a back cover. You can see this one right here. These are both on Verizon. They're like cheap phones. And next up is this Samsung Totally Obliterated. It's actually kind of scuffed up there. I think I dropped it by accident. But this thing looks like fine on the outside, but it's just totally destroyed on the inside. Like somebody jabbed this thing with a screwdriver. So this is totally useless now. Not like I need it. It's on Virgin Mobile. And next up is the Samsung Galaxy S2. This thing works totally fine. It's on AT&T, and the only problem is that it needs a battery. Next up, I actually use this. This is my first phone. I mean, I only use it to play games and stuff because, you know, I was very young then. And yeah, this is a Note 1. This is still on Android 2.0 actually, and I used to use this thing a lot. Sadly, its battery is also dead, but it works fine. Next up is this Galaxy S3. You can see here, it looks totally fine. This actually worked when I got it. I believe I got this from the recycling center, this one from Target, and this one from the recycling center. Yeah, so I think this one has a broken charge port. I actually gave this to my cousin to play with, and apparently it stopped working, so I have to look into this. It's on Verizon, and it worked fine. Next up is this another Galaxy S3. It's in great condition, and yeah, it works just fine. It's unlocked. Next up is this pretty beat up Galaxy S3. This is like very used too. Yeah, this thing's basically useless because of all the cracks on it. Yeah, this thing works fine too. I just have no use for it. Next up is this kind of strange phone. I don't know what model number this is because it's scribbled out. Somebody wrote bad on this. I found this at the recycling center, and I put a battery in it from like another phone, and it turned on and it started boot looping. So I guess I know what they mean. But I don't know what model number this is because it's like scribbled out. But if you guys know, you can say in the description, comments. Now getting into the tablets, I'll go over this one too in a second. This is my Samsung Tab S2. I believe this has a cracked digitizer. You can see I got it like this. And I don't know if this works because I don't have the charger port for it, and also it's like really old, so yeah. Next tablet is the Samsung Tab S5. It's basically like a giant S5, and I used to use this thing a lot. This was my first ever tablet I got. And yeah, it's dead right now, but works just fine. I think it's a 16 gig too. This is a Core Prime, I believe it's called. Ooh, that was close. I forget the name though, but I think it's that, and I just like this because of the metallic-ish buttons that it has. I think it's pretty cool. This thing works totally fine. I found it in the Target bin, and nope, it's dead too. Next up is the Samsung Core Duo. This thing, I think it was from India actually when I got it. So I don't know how it got all the way over here, but I found this at the recycling center. It's on Android 5. It's like a really basic, generic, cheap phone, so I have no use for this either. Next 2 phones are these Note 2s. These work totally fine. I found this at the recycling center. No, I found this at Target, and this one at the recycling, or vice versa. I don't remember. But yeah, both of them work perfectly. And let me see, this one's on T-Mobile, and it's just cracked, but works fine. And this one, oh, it's super used, you can tell. It's kind of gross. And this one's unlocked. They're both on Android 4. Getting into the better finds, this is a Galaxy S4, and this thing was like in mint condition when I got it. I got this from Target, and it was reset on Android 5 with a charge when I got it, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's kind of beat up now since I use it, but it works fine. It's 16 gig, I believe. And the next find is this Galaxy S5. I found this like a really long time ago at the recycling center, and the only problem is that it has a crack, but it works great. This is a Note 4, and what really sucks about this is that you probably already know it's not cracked, it's just like a blemish. I don't know how that happened. But it has a cracked AMOLED. You can't even see it, but that just makes it totally useless. And buying a new screen for this thing isn't worth it at all, so sadly, I have no use for it. Works fine, I got it from my grandparents, but it's useless now. And next up is, I'm pretty happy about this actually. This is pretty maxed out. This is Galaxy S6, 64 gig, still has a sticker on it, with a case. I got this from the flea market for free. I actually made like a few videos on it. Yeah, this thing works totally fine now. It used to be Samsung account locked. I think I said it was Google locked, but I had to do a lot of things to bypass it, and it took so long. And I just reset it, and I'm happy to say this, but it's finally unlocked. And also, I got this unlocked from AT&T, and I tried testing my SIM card on it, and it worked. I could actually make a call on this thing, so yeah, it works totally fine now. I'm pretty sure I'm going to give this to Random22 in a phone trade if I can, because it works fine. It just has a weird charging port, but it still kind of works, because I already have another S6 here. This is an S6. I got this from my dad, and it has like this weird mark here. We replaced the battery on it because it's bad. And this thing works totally fine. Also, it just has a bad battery. Even after we replaced it, it was kind of crappy. I don't know why. And this thing works totally fine. Like I said, these are both on Android 7. This is a 32 gig. So yeah. And next up is this Note 5. I found this at the recycling center with like a totally just bursted battery. It was like coming out of the... So then I got a new battery for this thing, and I plopped it in the back. The back is also shattered. And yeah, it works totally fine. The battery in this isn't that good, actually, so it's dead right now. But it works totally fine. I bypassed the Google lock on it. And getting into the best finds, I only have, these two. This is a Galaxy J7. It's a 16 gig. J7 Perks 2017. And this is a good phone, but the only problem with it is that you can see this thing is in the home screen. And you may be wondering, well, what's the problem with this? It's actually Google locked, and I can't get past this because I can't remove the Google lock. Whatever I do, I've tried everything. I wasted like 4 hours on this phone, and I just can't bypass it. I managed to install Apex Launcher, but if I restart this thing, it'll just go back to the Google lock thing, and you can't really do anything either. You can't download apps. It's basically useless now because of that, and I don't know what to do about this. And into the best find I have, or not really find, I got this from my dad. This was his S7. This works totally fine. It just died. Oh, it just died. But you can see it works fine. It's on Android 8. This is also on Android 7. This is not on Android 8 for some reason. And I don't know why, I just can't bypass it at all. Anyways. Oh, I almost forgot. And the last thing I have, this is a Samsung Gear S2 watch. And yeah, this thing also works fine. I actually used to use this a lot. I just don't really use it anymore for some reason, but it works fine. Found this at a Best Buy bin. That was the only thing I've ever found at a Best Buy before. It's pretty cool that it works. Yeah, I have nothing else to say. Anyways, that's all for this video, and see you guys next time.